Hi, it's me, Gail Foley, coming to you live from my home-based office on Briargate Pond. You might call it the dog barking pond right now because we have dogs that love to bark about this time of the day. And I just take a deep breath and try to get busy and ignore it, but it's like dripping water. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about right this minute is, first of all, I made a promise to myself that I would do 10 videos in 7 days, so that's why I'm doing more than usual. I've always talked about personal development, reading books, and how it's impacted my life. I was just reading while I was having lunch, Dr. Wayne Dyer, I call him Dwyer in another book video, it's Dyer, The Power of Intention. And he talks about the power of intention. One of the things is kindness. That doesn't sound like a big deal, kindness, but it is a big deal. In this chapter that I just read, it was a story about a father who talked about God giving him a child that had challenges. And he says to the audience, why would God give me a child that was less than perfect? And then he goes on and he talks about the reason God gave him a child that wasn't perfect was because he was given a gift of this child to be kind. And so his child was slower than other children and challenged in many different ways. And one day they were walking by a group of kids playing baseball. And the boy looked at his dad and he said, "You think they'd let me play?" And his dad says, "I don't know. Let's find out." So he went over to the one team and he said to the young man, he says, "My son would really like to play. Is there any chance that he could play?" And the young boy said, "You know what?" He says, "We're down by several runs." He says, "Hey, we'll let him play. We've got one inning to go. And you know what? We'll get him in." So they did. The losing team that he talked to got a few runs. They were very, very close to winning. But the man kept his promise. And he put this young man in to bat. The young boy had no clues on how to hold that bat. It takes a long time to learn how to hold the bat. The pitcher of the other team stepped up closer and he just sort of tossed the ball in. And the young man clumsily swung and missed. The man on his team, the young man on his team came out and together they waited for the pitcher to throw another lop in. And when he did, they hit a grounder. And they encouraged this young man to run. They could have gotten him out. But they chose to be kind instead. And they threw the ball around the bases. But they all cheered, both teams cheered for this young man to cross the plate. That's what life is about. It's about being kind to one another. And one of the reasons I'm in the business that I'm in is because there's so many people in this world that need kindness. Our community is a community of kind and giving people. Empower Network has an awful rap on the internet because people have not embraced it. They don't understand it. They think it's a scam, spam, whatever they think. It doesn't matter because I know differently. I've been to the events. I've been transformed to understand that there's more in life than making money. We all come into this business to make money. That's our intention. First and foremost is let's make a difference in our stature, in our life. And I'm going to send out a story later of one of our leaders and where he came from to be where he is today. But all of us, whether we want to make money or not, can extend kindness and caring to someone else. So the next time you're in line at Walmart or grocery store and that clerk is miserable and nasty to everybody, here's what I have to ask you to do. When you get there, instead of snarling back, put your phone away, look that person in the eye and say, hey, you look like you're having a rough day. Everything all right? Let me tell you something. You can change that person's whole demeanor and their whole day by being kind and not rude in return. I've done this and it's amazing because we all have rotten days where we need someone to just listen, to just know, just to acknowledge us. So I encourage you, if you're a reader, get this book, The Power of Intention, embrace it and know it and put it into your life. But you can do it without the book right now, just by being kinder to the next stranger you meet, the people in your lives. If we all hook arms, we all lock arms together, and we promise to be kinder and more caring and more giving, we can make a difference in more than just our own lives. It's about helping one another. That's my mission, and I just had to share this with you today. So like always, I'm going to ask you to pass on that smile, because even though the tears can be contagious, smiles are so much more fun. Take care. Bye-bye.